Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Nice and clear.
Oh, finally. All right. How's everyone doing? GMGM.
Let's see who we got here. No future. Are you hopping up, sir? Silent Dan. There we go. Chonya in the house. We got Schnitzel Dev. Well, my friends, I just got settled back here in Singapore, so I'm close to Dan and gonna do some
Nice.
work on. Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
jet
really
lagged.
excited to get back. Oh yeah, oh yeah, proper backwards schedule. But I'm stoked. I got my big desktop here that has been kindly waiting for me, and just
Oh,
work.
nice.
Really enjoy working on it. Yeah. So I can't really complain about either work environment, but this is I think we're gonna get some good progress done.
I've found myself looking at the Apple store, like a big monitor, kind of. You guys know I've been like a laptop single monitor guy pretty much forever. But I'm kind
Yeah.
of tempted these days. I do have like an old monitor in the garage, like somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I found myself going on the Apple site and being like, man, I got a lot of things going on, like just all sorts of tabs and like terminals open and all sorts of AI stuff going, multiple bots going at the same time. It's kind of a pain in the ass having the single monitor now. Like I do a lot of context switching where I feel like maybe if I had a bigger monitor, I could just kind of move all the terminals and tabs kind of where they need to be, and I could manage like micromanage more bots at the same time. It might be a fantasy though, but it feels like it would be a little bit more like efficient than constantly going like there's I don't know what's it called in Apple when you swipe up on the desktop and like the control center or something comes up. So I'm always open in that to
Yeah,
try
you got
and
all
find
these.
stuff. All
Yeah,
these
you're kind
windows
of
open.
leaning on the shortcuts too hard. If you just had like the motion ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
HDMI
that's
to
a
a
big
big TV.
theme. We've been talking about some of the work you've been doing, and also the team.
Yeah. So I don't know. Also looking at the Mac Mini, but I don't think I'm not going to get one yet. I don't think I really need it yet for Claudebot, but might get an upgrade or pull out the old monitor from the garage and use that. Although I don't know if it'll feel very good. But yeah, we've been shipping pretty consistently here. I'm sure we'll talk about plenty of topics over next hour or so. But team is shipping and actually pushed quite a few big updates to DeFi Dungeons last week. For those of you guys that are playing, if you're not in DeFi Dungeons yet, what are you doing? Because the rewards, we just bumped them up from before it was 100 USDC and 100 ghosts per week. Now it's 100 USDC and 1,000 ghosts per week because Ghost is kind of at a discount right now. So I feel like it's makes some sense to make the rewards pool a little bit juicier. And that was kind of the bigger point behind that is because I just launched the Ghost staking feature as well, which I'm really excited about. So you can stake USDC, and that will unlock the different tiers, normal, nightmare, and hell. And that will also give you access to the USDC rewards. And if you want to get the Ghost rewards, now you can also stake Ghost. That will make you eligible for the upgraded Ghost rewards. And I'm kind of considering bumping them up even further, maybe up to 2,000 a week, let's say. because I think it's really exciting seeing people competing for those rewards. Um, so yeah, those are the main two things I shipped on DeFi Dungeons last week. Next week, also going to be working on. People have been asking for a rebirth mechanic, so to be able to basically like start over your player level from one, but you get a bonus like something special. So I have some ideas for that I've already gotten the code. Actually, it's already done. I just haven't really pushed it yet. Needs a little bit more work. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And then the final thing is the longing and shorting of different tokens. That's the next big thing I want to get done. And then I feel like we're kind of starting to cook at that point. It really becomes at that point like the sky's the limit. We can do a lot of stuff with other communities, add in different tokens that you can long and short. Would have been really a really fun experience being able to short Ghost on in DeFi Dungeons. You're not actually shorting, but being able to ride that volatility, that would have been pretty exciting. But we didn't get it done in time. But I'm sure there'll be more opportunities, hopefully, to the upside next time. So you'll be able to basically long or short different tokens, and that'll increase your final score for that run. So that's going to give an edge to people that are not only good at the game, but are also kind of interested in trading or already trading. Gives them something else to use their trading knowledge to kind of help excel in the game and become a little bit more, pushing the game a little bit more towards like a skill-based game. So that's among other many updates. I'm trying to get my bots going like 24/7. Still, like I still can't quite manage to wrangle them. I don't have enough hours in the day to like code and also set up a bunch of tasks for them in the evening. But getting close. I'm excited about Opus 4.6 just came out, even though I'm not really on the Claude train, but apparently it's pretty epic. So I'm going to give that a try. Curious if anyone here has tried it yet. Otherwise, my go-to is really Codex 5.3 it's epic. It's such a beast. It's like one-shotting stuff basically all the time now. It's so fun to code. Just like you have an idea, boom, it's done in like 30 minutes. So pretty excited about that. Opus is good, says Thrax. Nice. Yeah, I heard it's good for like leading, but not necessarily. It's not as good a coder as Codex, but it's like more of a personality that can lead the team rather than being like the lead coder. I don't know. That's what's kind of what I've seen. So yeah, we got some new Ghost utility. I'm gonna keep working on various things. Just like the goal is to just give new utility to Ghost, since it's kind of used as the governance token has kind of been knocked away a little bit as the treasury. I mean, we still have the protocol that we're governing, but the treasury is largely has kind of been distributed. So that aspect of Ghost and that value of Ghost was taken away. So I think we need to keep adding more cool things to do with your Ghost if we want to get people excited about the token again.
Yeah, generally agree on all of that. It's obviously been a pretty wild week for the market and Ghost at large. And I would I would say, yeah, all we can do is really focus on maintaining Aavegotchi, the community, and continue to ship. So yeah, all your updates there on DeFi Dungeons looking really good. And if you're not playing, I'm curious why you aren't. Because Dan and I had a conversation, and maybe some of you will have some input on this. Is like I think we were talking about like what kind of lore is missing, and maybe that you guys would have some ideas on like the reason to play is one thing, and the on-chain rewards are like it's a great model. I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I think one area where the DAO or just all of us here on this call can like contribute is like the story and the characters and what we want to develop through it, it actually becomes a bit more gotchiverse like. So I mean, in the sense of gotchi storytelling. And Dan, I know that's something that's always been close to you in years past, working on just how to
Mm-hmm.
get the story with with the AI that was actually baked into the story 5 years ago. I don't know. It kind of seems very
Yeah,
timely now.
yeah. It's very timely for sure. But
So
back to
yeah,
your
I
original
think that's
question, why people are
yeah.
not playing, I think is I am kind of curious. Like we've been kind of trying to rally the troops, and we're actually doing pretty well. We're up to about um, 40 monthly active users and 20 daily active users. So like 50% of the monthly active is actually coming back every day to play, which is amazing. Like that's the goal, is to, like, I don't want high monthly active. I want retention for this game. It's meant to be high retention. So if we're getting that retention, I'm really happy to see that. Yeah, I don't know if I don't quite agree that you can't stream it no future. I think the aspect of trading will actually change that, because there will be something to kind of monitor throughout the day. I don't know. I don't know if I totally agree that it's not streamable. It might not be something you constantly stream the whole time, but it's definitely something you can, like a game you can check in on.
Yeah, for sure. And I think there'll be more visuals to go along back to that storytelling ideas, just like even just upping the visuals and the UI. I know that that's on the docket. That's something we're going to be,
Yeah,
working on very soon. So as that starts to come out, it's going to be more visually appealing. I think more streamable just from an aesthetics point of view. Not that there's anything wrong with the raw retro vibe it's got going. I just think it needs more visual content, more variety of those robots that click along the top and who you encounter. And
for sure.
that's the kind
There's like,
that's
I haven't like iterated on the game itself for probably 3 months. It's really just been a focus on getting like the retention and the economics behind it solid and sustainable, making it like not how it was before. There was a lot of like stuff that had to change to actually get it to a point where it's where it is today on the economics. So the good news is, like, it's pretty much, we've got the staking now, we've got the competition, which I'm really happy with. Couple like a final couple details, and then it's basically iterating on the game itself, which I'm pretty excited about, and like the UI and the other stuff. That's actually the fun part. But it's been a lot of converting back from the real time and adding in all these like retention hooks and just making it the game as economically like a sustainable game, that we're not, because before we were giving away rewards for each run, which was like, if someone just did a bunch of runs, then it was basically unsustainable. So and also there was like no competition between players. So now there's a competition that you can kind of participate in every day, and the the volatility, there will be more volatility from the trading part, which should be pretty cool to watch. So yeah, I am excited about beginning to actually iterate on like how the gotchi itself is used, the wearables, like a lot of that stuff has not been touched for probably 2 months, because I've just been really focused on the economics of it. But there's a lot of wearables that are still like kind of placeholder traits and stuff. Pets, I think, need like some boosts. Um, the gotchi traits themselves, I think, are not totally integrated yet. So plenty of stuff. But at the same time, like, if no one, if only a handful of the community like wants to show up and play it, I also am like, what am I doing? Why am I, if I'm working on this game every day and no one really wants to play it, it does make me question a little bit. But I think there is a path towards something quite like I think it will do well with more work and growth, like using hooking into the base platform. I mean, we're in closed alpha right now, so I haven't really done too much marketing.
Yeah, I think
But
those days are ahead. You've been putting the foundation, and your time is limited. You're either working on something else with us at Pixelcraft, or your head's down on this. And I think this is the right way. Like, we're heading into this new era with agents, and you've done a lot. Like, been able to accomplish a lot. And yeah, I think we didn't talk enough in the well, we couldn't. That DAO blog post was so high level for each game. Maybe if for anybody that's wondering, like, if the game can get traction, if we can see any sort of onboarding of new users and the retention that you're designing for, Dan, then the next step is like, not a promise, but like, it would make sense to start getting Alchemica involved, and even
mhm.
like, we've had brief conversation about what about staking land parcels or ways to involve all the assets in the community. But it doesn't make sense to do on day one, because you gotta prove the game is viable first, and there's a group of people that want to enjoy it, and then those things start to make sense to add in. I mean, that's how I see it anyway. It's like, if you'd started by like trying to just make something that satisfies every asset, with some sort of utility, not that you couldn't, but you wouldn't be able to do all those other things you just described, which actually are more foundational.
Yeah, just to respond to the Choinya. So this game, how I started on this idea was actually it's quite rooted in the idea of like a yield generating pet, but like we tried to Fifu and PG and I iterated on Hungry Ghosts. Community largely, I guess I don't know if hated is the too strong a word, but there was like zero support from the community on that idea. It was quite, I don't know, quite negative. So I didn't really want to pursue it. But the idea of like a gamified staking program is basically what DeFi Dungeons is.
Yeah.
It has staking, and it's gamified. It's partially skill based, but it's not overly skill based like the real time version was. It's meant to be something that you just pop in, play a few rounds every day. You're not in there, you're not sweating, and
Yeah.
it's getting pretty much as close as I can like get to this idea of like a gamified pet that some occasionally like you can get rewards from, even if it's not. It might be it doesn't have any poop. It's not done. Maybe I always get flack for where's the Tamagotchi part. But this is like I don't know. I think this is pretty much as close as I can get to like the original idea of um, something that uses Ghost as a stake, like a staked token, because we don't have interest on Ghost anymore. Like Aave delisted it, so we can't really use it as a staking token. Even if it was, the interest like wasn't really high on it to begin with. So if people are not like don't want to play it just because it's we're calling it a game, just think of it as a gamified staking program in that sense, because that's really what it is.
Yeah, we were
It's
talking
like
earlier this
we
week
can't
about how.
just real quick we can't
Yeah, yeah.
do a pure staking program. I know people might want that, but that's not something Pixelcraft is going to do, because it really ventures deeply into securities territory. Like, stake this token and we'll give you more of the token. There's got to be some level of skill in it. That's and I think people in the community don't really understand that perspective. Like, we can't just tell you to lock up a token and give you more of a token. We could, but it's a legal gray area, and we're not going to venture into that because we don't. It's not what we're going to do. So
Well,
this is
and
pretty much as close as
we're
I can get to it.
and our DNA is, we're a DeFi gaming DAO. Like, there should be some level of gaming. I get it. A lot of people are attracted to the idea of Aavegotchi as like gaming pets, and we built a lot of games over the last few years. Um, but but yeah, we can also have, maybe there's another path where the staking and is gamified, and in some ways I like to think that the bonding curve was our first game, if that
Hmm.
makes any sense to anybody. It's like it was a native, unique place on the internet you could go, and you just had this like little experience, and made progress towards, you know, what you wanted to do. But it had characters, it had this scene, and it made people smile. And sometimes maybe game isn't even the right term for what we're trying to
Yeah,
achieve with some of these products. But we do want to bring our gotchis to life, and they should have things to do every day. That's, I think, kind of where I've kind of settled, when I think about product design and what we should invest our limited resources towards at this point.
for sure. Yeah, it's like an experience for your gotchi to do every day. You can go and you can go in the dungeon and fight monsters. A lot of like some GameFi projects have done like the idea of like a quest where your NFT just gets locked up for a day and then it comes back. You know, I think that is
Yeah.
almost too simplistic. There's a little bit more thinking involved in this one, but it's kind of that idea. Your gotchi is going to go off. It's got it's some runs it can do every day, and then it's got a few important runs that it can do, and those like put you on the leaderboard. Um, New
Yeah, a
Future
lot
says
of
there
people
should be some level
use.
of DeFi. I mean, there is a level of DeFi. You're literally like putting USDC, which is getting converted into Ghost, and sorry, into Go, and the interest is being used to feed the rewards pool. So like there is, if that's not DeFi, I'm not sure what is. Are we talking about LPing or I'm not sure how to respond to that.
Yeah,
It's
there's
called DeFi Dungeons.
it's in the title too. Yeah, it's also like this idea of leverage to like you have like a risk appetite you have to control. And I really like that part, because one of the best things about Aavegotchi from the very start was the idea of like Stanley called it safety farming, like don't get wrecked, uh, put it in the piggy bank, like Chonya was saying. Like there is a certain level of appeal to that, and it's useful because it's educational actually. And we've talked about the games, how could they help make people better at trading or understand crypto better while still having a good time. And I think what you're starting to see sprinkle into DeFi Dungeon more and more is like you're shipping these updates with more ideas around different tokens being whitelisted, or leverage and staking. So you are getting exposed to these in like a very non-dangerous way. I think there's a market for that, as everybody's trading crypto on their apps now. And um, maybe there's a, be like, man, I don't even know what leverage is. I just want some Bitcoin. And then like you hear of DeFi Dungeon. Like there is an angle there, and it definitely
Yeah.
is a DeFi exposure while you're gaming. Some base app questions from Zonzo.
I like Totugachi's idea as well. And Jesse, this is what you were actually bringing this up the other day. Like, it's been closed alpha because I didn't want to roll it out protocol wide because it's like this is very new, and we're also every time I push an update, there's like 3 steps forward and like 1.5 steps backward. There's always little bugs and stuff that I fix. But so I didn't. It's not like a perfect DApp experience yet. But I think at some point we will roll it out. It'll just become part of the Aavegotchi DApp, where this is something that you do with your Aavegotchi.
Yeah, it'd feel more native to just be like, all right, I want to go see my gotchis and what they're up to. And this would be the first of potentially many smaller, like hyper casual experiences you can deploy. It used to be just petting. Now you can pet,
Yeah.
maybe do a venture, and go from there.
So yeah,
Okay,
guess
well,
we can.
if no other updates on that front, although there were many, I have one to add for Gotchiverse. We are hoping to all be live in the Gotchiverse today with NFT displays, fake Gotchi displays live. Let me show you what we do have. We're very close, and decided we better wait till Monday or Tuesday, first half of the week. There's just a few more hours of work with basically like what happens if the fake. We need some logic for when the fake Gotchi gets traded. Then the game and the Unity engine, it all needs to recognize and re-update the display. So there's a little bit of logic work that we have to build in, but we are looking good. I'm pretty pleased with what we've got here. Go ahead and hit play, and you'll see what's coming down for the NFT displays. Yeah, gotta get the fakes out.
Nice.
Yeah, it seems like a nice little modal. You can scroll through them, and it's got basically all the metadata for the artist, the publisher, all that there in the pop up. And yeah, I think it's going to be looking really good. So what I would love, I just left a message in the Gotchiverse public channel. If anyone would love to see their parcel added to like probably a short-term endeavor where we want to just put like a couple different maps up that people can go visit and view fakes. So if you have a beautiful parcel with a lot of NFT displays on it and you'd like to show it off, let me know and we'll build a little list of parcels we want to highlight and put a spotlight on. Cool. Yep. User default news and Gotchiverse gameplay. User default. I don't know if you were around heading into the holidays, but yeah, we got some really cool gameplay finally working. Where for the first time we got combat to work over the browser-based WebGL build. That was always this pain point with everything from Spirit Force to early Gotchiverse attempts that fell flat. We finally cracked that code, and the limiting factor we still have to live with is if we want to have combat working smoothly, then it seems like the upper limit of people in a single lobby is about 10, which is actually like better than where we started. We started with like 3 people in a room and it worked. We went to 4 and it got really laggy, and there were issues to figure that out. But the code is improving, the efficiency, the bugs are out, and that's where we currently stand with that. So um, the main focus right now, though, if you read the articles, like instead of like going all in on like another arena or something, we're focused on getting Reckless live here as soon as possible. Q1. We're focused on DeFi Dungeon and shipping NFT display and any of those kind of features, like quality of life features. But like we're being very thoughtful about and looking right now carefully at a few options for which way Gotchiverse goes next. Like we could focus on mobile. We could actually create a 3D Gachi experience that happens on your phone, or we could not do that. And I've seen some people asking about Spirit Force Arena, and that didn't really go well the first time around. And I think it might just be some nostalgia kicking in. But I also understand we want combat, and I would love to get in there and have battles for Ghost with you guys. So sound off, go on the Gotchaverse channel, let us know what you think would make sense, and just be aware. Like I have to balance. We have to balance between what people in our community want, which is kind of a very tight knit Discord with people that play certain types of games and have certain expectations. And then there's like, we also like, I'd love to just go back and do Gotchiverse 1.0, but we also have to realize like, we need to build something that would have an impact now and attract new players. And I'm not convinced that like those earlier, uh, they feel dated already, right? Like the metaverse meta is long gone. So open in some sense as we use the next few weeks to finish up Reckless and then turn our attention back to more than just bug fixes for Gotchiverse. But I am excited. I think there's a couple really cool ways it could go, and Dan and I have talked. We'll probably just put something in front of you guys here in the near future before we allocate a ton of resources to it, because um, we want to build alongside you guys first of all, and second, we know that if we just come out and say, hey, this is what we're doing, then um, that's not a great recipe to get everybody on board and excited about. I'd love for everybody to buy in and something, and then we go build it. So uh, yeah. So get loud about what you'd like to see. Consider, but keep in mind, like, it's got to be something that we can pull new people in with as well. And the stack is there. Like, we've done the hard part with the player profile, the Unity engine, all the 3D wearables. It's all there and running well. Now it's just, how do we remix it to what kind of like game loop do we want to have? So yeah. But first, NFT displays. Yeah, I mean, I see some Nifty Island, other side. Rust with gotchis. I don't know what that means on it. Should I know? I don't know if we're talking about the language. No. Okay.
That's what I thought. I was like, Rust. I know he
I was
likes
like,
spells. I was like, are we talking? We can optimize the gotchis? Okay, got it.
nice. Other than that, I guess like the market itself is also in a weird spot, right? Now,
Some dude in
really,
Hong Kong blew his fund up. That's
yeah,
basically what
at the
uh,
perfect time, right?
the Japan carry trade plus crypto. Dude was like leveraged to the tits. I don't know what happened, but that's the most likely thing that I've seen going around on socials. Just some
Yeah,
Hong Kong like non-crypto fund just blew up, and they had 90 days to hit their margin call, and I guess they missed it, so they just had to start liquidating. It's also about it. We're 10 days out from Chinese New Year, so all the Chinese are selling their Bitcoin and ETH for hongbao. And
you can't
kind of,
underestimate that.
it's weird because sometimes there's like a nice pump early in the year, but this year I don't know. I guess we didn't get it. They didn't get their hongbao. They, I guess they sold earlier in October.
That could be.
But gold, oh man, gold was on a tear. Chinese people were
But
like around me, like they were freaking out, like it's going to $10,000.
dude, when I was there last year visiting China, I walked in one of the malls and there was, I think I had to stop and take pictures. There was like a line halfway across the mall, and it was just people lining up to go, and they have a gold shop there, like selling bullion and coins. And
Yeah,
yeah, it was intense. That was like 10, 11 months ago. So
there's this one gold that's, I don't know why it, like they have like, it's very high quality, and they my wife bought a little bit of it because her and her family, like, they like gold, but she bought it, and then like I didn't know they had a stock, but they had just launched their stock in Hong Kong, and apparently like it went up like 20x, which was insane,
yeah,
an insane run on this gold stock. And I don't
your
know what
wife
it is
bought the
now.
gold, but not the stock.
Yeah, I was like, why didn't you know? Like this fits
Uh,
my philosophy. Like, if you buy their gold, like, let's buy a little of their stock.
right. 20x, man. I remember those days.
Dude, yeah, it was wild. Like on a gold stock, who would have thought?
And then yet it had the crash was worth 5 trillion being wiped off I mean, numbers that don't even make
Yeah,
sense, like massive numbers on paper. So
there's
it's a
just so
weird
much
time.
leverage. So
Yeah,
much leverage. It's
it's
disgusting how
really
much
what it is.
leverage there is.
Yeah.
Guys, don't use leverage unless you just want to blow up. Don't use leverage.
Yeah, everything's being financialized, and then what happens? It all gets the ability to lever up. Just
Even
like,
Bitcoin,
yeah,
everyone's saying Bitcoin's not, there's not 21 million Bitcoins anymore because they're all rehypothecating, and there's all these
yeah,
derivatives of it.
yeah. I can't trust anything unless it's in your wallet. So it's yeah, it's flooding like the base case for Bitcoin. It's not good. Saw a lot of Bitcoin FUD this week. I'm sure you guys
Yeah.
saw it. Not good. It's not like, I mean, I saw like Brock Pierce in there and then the email with Epstein and shit. It's like, that's not good.
Yeah.
Brock. Not a huge
Blockstream had him
surprise. He was
back.
always sketchy, but yeah. Yeah. 3 million funneled through MIT to fund Blockstream, or I don't know. It's like not good. Not great. So we'll see where things go. But I
I mean,
bet,
I think
I mean,
for us, like, I'm sure people are wondering, like, what's going to happen? Is Ghost going to zero? And I mean, I think obviously it does suck for like things like Runway and just we would prefer it if it was higher. But at the same time, when we started this project, what was the pre-sale? I think it was like 5 cents. So we were able to go from 5 cents and had a nice run. So it's like we're not really. We can do it again. Can we do it again? I don't know if we can, like, you know, hard to say, but we're not gonna try. I love this project, and we're just like we'll just keep shipping stuff that we think is fun and is cool and moves the needle forward. That's all you can
yeah.
really do. And if the market comes back, we are in a better place, then market's going to do what the market's going to do. Like, it's
Well said.
price of a token is only, it's not the project. Just like Tesla, the Tesla like stock does not represent Tesla all the time. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower.
No, well said. Well said.
We did try like made the prop to get the market maker. Not really sure what happened there. Like, look, literally the liquidity from the prop that I made, like Skynet started trading literally the day that liquidity arrived, like that the listing or the announcement was made. So I don't know. I would love some answers from the DAO about, like, I made this prop, it passed, and it took, I don't know how many weeks to get the funds over to Skynet. I know there was like KYB, Nestor, you were doing that, but even after that, I think you got the KYB done, and it was still like, I think 10 to 12 days or something, where Skynet was sitting twiddling their thumbs waiting for the funds to arrive. So I was not happy about that, because we know that liquidity was one of the, like, definitely one of the main reasons that we were even on the monitoring list. We took action, got a prop passed, and uh, the funds should have been there a lot earlier, and that, it might not have had that outcome if they had arrived on time. Trying to know, I did try a prop then, or Golden Cross made a prop. This prop passed. It passed overwhelmingly positive, and I think, I don't know when. Let me check, like, what day it was over. But there was a good lead up time, and Nestor had to do KYB, so that did take some time. There
Yeah,
were
and
some
shout
issues
out to
going back
Nestor
and forth.
being, he's
Yeah,
been really
Nestor has
great.
done a great
Great.
job.
I mean,
Let's
transparent,
see.
just communicating what's going on and what they're waiting for and that kind of thing.
So the
But
prop ended on January 8th, and Skynet didn't start trading until whatever that day was,
the
February,
delisting.
yeah, 2nd or 3rd, whatever it was. So, I'm just saying, like, we got two parties in this, guys. We got Pixelcraft and the DAO. Got to work together on these things. I don't know if this could have been avoided with better timing, but certainly not having the funds in place when they should have been could have been a contributing factor. Right? No one can say for sure, because Binance is not transparent on that.
I
At
just
the
remember
same
you and me
time, like,
talking the
since
Monday before.
Binance, yeah, when
Yeah, just
Binance
Mondays,
did
baby.
add their perps, it ghosted. Like people did start shorting the shit out of Ghost. So I don't know what'll happen after on the 13th. It'll be interesting to see.
Is that, yeah, the 13th is when it actually, there's no more perps, no more shorts. So we'll see. I think there is I mean, if you look at the chart from the time it got listed on perps, there's like a little bump because we were in the news and on Binance again, but it's
And
kind of does track.
it goes into conspiracy theory territory, but there
Yeah.
are a lot of people who say that Binance does just like list projects as perps and then they just themselves short it. I mean, they do a lot of shady stuff over there. So I don't know. I still think it's better to be on Binance than to not be on Binance, but it might be a potential silver lining that
Right.
there are fewer ways to short Ghost.
Yeah, less pressure for us, weighing us down as there will be, it's cyclical. There will be another market. And I guess what Dan and I are saying is like, we intend to not be going anywhere and keep shipping, and
Like
there will
if
be
you
another
guys,
wave.
it's also, I mean, I want to say it's if the community is there for us, then we're there for the community as well. Like I'm here because I like hanging out with this community, even though there's quite a few really negative people here still. But overwhelmingly, the majority of people here are positive and still want to support this project. So like that's why I'm still here. But if you're not going to be positive and you're not going to support what we're doing at all, then that is also like we're not just going to get like be insane and not work on something for something that no one wants to support. I really like we put in our announcement. Let me just read it because that's how I feel. Your continued support of Aavegotchi is our motivation to keep going despite ever increasing odds against us. So that's true. And if people are not going to show up to support, then I don't know. But I love this project. I love this community. At the same time, like there's a lot of negativity, so it's a balancing act. But majority of the time, I'm really happy.
Yeah, no, that's a very important part to acknowledge, is like there's a lot of toxicity across the crypto space right now. The whole market has been behaving
Yeah,
in ways nobody predicted for years, and we're all like, what is going on? um that momentum that was there for the whole market isn't there, and for us as well. But I think we've built something beautiful, all despite all the um just, what do you call that, all the moles, all the pimples, all the warts. It's
yeah,
still, probably a half dozen games I would proudly show to friends and family and have and play,
yeah.
and then the Aavegotchi itself, just what it is still unique after all these years. It's no shame in that. So love my gotchis too. With that, I don't know if maybe that's a good segue to the DAO. I know there are some very active community members that want to get to work on pushing things forward this week. So I think Roxanne might be hosting, or whoever it may be. Welcome, Dan, unless you have anything else to cover today. Any announcements? I think
Yeah, I think,
we're good.
yep.
Cool. All right. To the DAO.